Hey, welcome back to the Glycogen Cycling channel. Have another race breakdown video for you guys. So this is the final race in the series, the Ave Crit series that the last couple videos I've made. So this is the fourth race in the series, and we basically just started this off with this nice Zwift start, right up to 30 miles per hour, and this was a new course because after our third race at the Ave Maria Crit course, there was a little drama with the school organization there, and they basically kicked us off their roads. So we called an audible and found this new course, which ended up working out really well. I used to come here and just ride around because there's no traffic. It's just like a giant field, and there's usually some crosswinds on this section, as you see that flag there in the upper left-hand corner. So I thought that would make it interesting. The winds weren't strong enough today to make it, selective, really. I mean, they were there, but they weren't like blowing at 20, 30 miles an hour. It was like a nice 10 mile per hour crosswind, so nothing that's really gonna destroy the field. But the goal really was just start it off really hot and keep it there and just put the pressure on. And you see there's already gaps opening up, it's strung out, and we're only on the first lap here. So if you haven't been following the series, this is basically a points race to win the overall. So first place gets 18 points, second place gets 13 points, third place gets 10 points, fourth place gets 8 points, fifth place gets 6 points, and sixth place gets 4 points. So then whoever has the most points at the end of the 4 races is the overall winner. So Nico is the guy who was, he came into this race with 33 points. There's one other guy who won the first 2 races and then didn't show up to the second 2 races. So he's technically still in the lead going into this with 36 points. But as long as Nico scores some points, as long as he gets 6th or above, he's going to come out here with the winner's jersey. So, besides that, because we knew he was going to make that happen, so there wasn't too much pressure to get him at that point, but we wanted to get a win as well. So, we wanted to get an early breakaway started and just get the race going. So we have Eric over on the right-hand side, putting the pressure on and just trying to keep the pace up here. And really the most difficult part of this course, besides the crosswinds, is just this 180 turn up here. So I knew going in that that's probably the most selective point, and going out of it, you just want to hammer it, put the pressure on everyone, and make them have to sprint out of the corner to get up to speed. And the actual winning separation where the rubber band snapped was actually on this lap, I believe, towards the square section at the end of this long straightaway. So this whole course is like 1.5 miles around there. So it's more of a circuit race than a crit, but still super fun. I'm hoping we do this series again. I think we will in the winter here. Starting in, I don't know, maybe December, we'll do another series like this, and hopefully we'll get more people out here. And the thing down here in Florida is during the winter, beautiful weather. It's like 70, 80 degrees during the day, but it gets super windy. So this course would be really, really fun if you have just 30 mile per hour crosswinds just destroying the field. So we have another Thomas in front here of me. So we have the Thomas train going on. And this is the part where I just kind of snap the snap the rubber band, attack going into this corner, 1,000 watts, and everyone just kind of sat up. And, you know, I got a decent gap right here, and nobody wanted to chase me really. And eventually, at the end of this little loop here, we have a couple guys that actually bridge up to me. So this whole course, like this pavement here it's got like a first layer down, but there still needs to put like another layer. So there's kind of a lip on the side by the curb, and then some of the manhole covers are like an inch raised. And then this part right here, this road was like paved, so there's like a 2-inch bump that you have to go over to get on this fresh pavement here. And then dropping down here, I believe... Oh, no, so they fixed it by here. Okay. Actually, no, I think there was like a drop down right there, like an inch drop down. But anyways, we end up establishing this breakaway here. We got me, Nico's in here, and we have 2 other guys. And so Paul behind me he's struggling. We definitely put the hurt on him in the first couple laps in this race, so he's just trying to hang on, but he followed the right wheel to get up here, and he was here for a little bit, but end up popping him. So yeah, I knew right away that, okay, we have Nico here, and we just have to keep this gap going. Again, there's a small group, and this is just a local race. You don't have to pay to get in. Anyone can join. So it's not, it's not super competitive, but just fun like group ride race. So basically now we just have to keep the pressure on, and you can see I'm holding the right-hand side of the road as much as I can because the wind's coming from the left. So in order to not give everyone enough of a draft, you want to hold the side. So if you're over here and the wind's coming from over here, they can't draft behind you. You know what I mean? And that really is more important when you're in a big, when the whole group is together. But when you're in a breakaway, you kind of want to give them a little bit more room, your breakaway mates, because, it's you against the field. But again, this field is so small that the 4 of us, and then there's like 6 in the field maybe. So it's not like we're at much of a disadvantage or they're at much of an advantage. So yeah, this whole course was really fun. And I love this little square section. Just can rip through here. But yeah, this was the last race in the series. I finished the first race, I got 3rd. Second race, I got 4th. And then, as you know by the title, I ended up winning this race. And that whole solo breakaway is going to play out here in the next like 2 laps. So I end up riding like half the race solo, and that's definitely not ideal, and I probably wouldn't have played it that way in a real race because I think the field would be a lot more aggressive to try to pull me back, or they just let me burn out there. But this is the time to just try crazy things. So here we are, trying crazy things. So this whole time I'm just, whenever you're on a breakaway, you just kind of want to watch the field and pick out like a marker in the road so that you can kind of calculate the gap that they have. So like, going around that corner, like I'd just start counting from like a sign or something. And then once you're around the corner, you can kind of know, or like once you hit the corner, just start counting like 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. And if you can kind of see the group enter the corner, then you kind of know how many seconds of a gap you have. So that's just one tip to give. Yeah. So again, Paul's struggling on the back there. We have Nico and myself, and we're kind of just like, we're kind of teaming up here. We both wanted to win. So this whole race, there was like, we have the Waldo team, and that's the majority of the race, the people in the race. And then we also have this Naples Velo team, and we're kind of just like ganging up. In the future, we're probably going to split the Waldos into 2 teams just to make it more fair, because I think we had like 8 guys. So, we never really thought that out. But we weren't really racing as, super... We weren't very organized. Let's just say that. We weren't working as a team as much as we could, if that makes sense. So yeah, while we have this little break here, in this next couple, I think on lap 6 is when I end up smashing it, and on this next lap is when I mentioned to Nico, like, hey, next lap I'm gonna smash it. And really the game plan was I wanted to get Nico out. Actually, we wanted to have him and me solo, and then we could just work together all the way to the end. So actually, oh no, it wasn't right here. I think it's right after this, the U-turn or the 180. So when you're in this situation where you have 2 teammates in the breakaway, you really got to almost sacrifice one guy. So one guy's got to attack, and then you have to make the other guy who's not on your team do the work to pull you back. So that was the whole plan, is I was going to attack, and we're going to make this Naples Velo guy pull me back. And that way, once he's doing all the work to pull me back, he's going to be gassed the time he gets up to me. And then your teammate's sitting in his draft. So when that happens, your teammate has to then launch it. And then hopefully your teammate may be solo at that point by himself, or you are gonna your teammate may be solo, or you're gonna be able to bridge up to him if you can get rid of that guy, but you don't want to pull that other guy back up to him. Sorry, I got my thoughts mixed up. So here's the lap. I'm drafting behind these 2 guys, and then I just launch it here. And again, Nico's just going to sit in the draft and make this other guy do all the work. Okay? So again, at this point, I don't want to give him any draft, so I'm holding as far to the right side as possible because the wind's coming from my left. So even if he was right behind me, he's still going to be having the wind hit him from the side. But, I just snapped the rubber band here, and he couldn't get on. You could see him looking back at Nico. And at this point, Nico should have just launched it and tried to get that separation as well. And then if I saw he got separation as well, then I could wait up a little bit so that he could catch on to me, and then we'd have 2 of us go at the same time. You know what I mean? So that's some strategy you have to use when you're in this position of a breakaway. So that's pretty much how the race ended up finishing off. I just you know, just held 300 watts, just steady 25 miles an hour, and end up riding the next, what was it, like 9 laps solo, and then, you know, finished it off here. I think we had, basically what I was trying to do is that square on the bottom, when I was exiting right here, I was making sure the group was entering the square, and you know, that gave me a good like minute or so. So then here we go to the finish. We have Griffin on the microphone announcing the race, and then there we go. So solo win. I think that made me finish 3rd overall. So Nico ended up finishing like 4th, I believe, and he took the overall win. So that was awesome for him. But yeah, that's the last race in this series. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and let me know if you like it. Leave a thumbs up if you like the Zwift start, and leave a comment down below, and we'll see you in the next video.